Hello again. I have lived and worked in various countries, doing all kinds of things from digging ditches to working in hospitals and even some more lively things. When I could not find work, then I had to get by as best I could. One thing was certain, and that was that in none of those countries would I be able to claim any state benefits. These were, of course, reserved for their own citizens. This applied in Sweden and Turkey just as it did in Israel and Lebanon. The very idea of my trying to live like that on handouts meant for the people of those countries would have been absurd. Which is why I find the present situation in this country, where over 1.25 million foreigners are claiming social security benefits here, distinctly odd. Then, too, I have had to seek medical treatment abroad and been expected both to pay for it and also to be able to explain the nature of my problem in the language spoken in that country. Of course. In Britain, though, the National Health Service not only treats millions of foreigners for nothing, it also spends £133,000 a day on interpreters for those unable to speak English. The NHS got a bit touchy about this recently and insisted that it was not they who spent all this money on interpreters, but rather that they were paid for by the Home Office. Actually, of course, that is a barefaced lie. The Home Office doesn't have a single penny to spend on either interpreters or anything else. It's, of course, me and other taxpayers who are footing that £133,000 a day bill for this outrageous extravagance. I simply cannot conceive why we are throwing around money in this way when we are supposed to be in the middle of an economic crisis. As to why we are paying unemployment benefits to well over 1 million foreigners, this simply defies the imagination, and I cannot make any sense of it at all. I don't really blame the foreigners for queuing up in this way to deprive us of our money. I dare say that I might have been tempted to do the same myself 50 years ago when I was hungry and unable to find work and hanging around somebody else's country. It is, though, a rummy business. It is as though we have opened some vast international soup kitchen or food bank and are dishing out whatever any passing traveller from anywhere in the world might require, anything from medical treatment to bundles of ready cash. I seem to recall somebody in the late 1960s saying something to the effect that we must be mad, literally mad. This seems most apposite to the current situation, but I cannot for the life of me recollect who it was that was able to see so deeply into the future at that time and sum up the state of our national psyche so succinctly.